Hey, what is going on, guys? It's LittleBigness here, and I am bringing you our Season 5 draft for the UPA, bringing an analysis. You can already see my first pick on the screen. Sadly, I revealed it, but I forgot to, do something special for it, and I've already started. But anyway, I'm really happy with the draft I got, and I'm just going to show you what I was thinking throughout the draft and what I'm going to be doing this season with my team. My draft plan this season was I'm going for a championship. That's exactly what it was. I've been there twice, and I've lost both. I'm fed up. I'm going for it. I'm going all out. I'm going to let you guys know, all you coaches, all you fans, everybody, I am going all out this season, and I am going to pick up that cup right there, the UPA Cup. I just named it the Cup because I can, since I'm going to win it, okay? It's on me. Let's go. I'm ready to compete. Anyway, yeah, I'm actually gonna win this season. I'm going for it. It's the only thing I want. But anyway, we got LittleBigness with our first pick, and with this first pick, I had a few picks in mind. This was my only planning that I had before the draft. I had them all laid out. I was the 14th pick, so I had number 1 through 14, which first pick I'd want the most to the least. And I had various things on there. LittleBigness was at the top, Latios, Jirachi, stuff like that. But I decided with LittleBigness because this was my number 1, actually. And I was surprised it dropped to me at number 14, since a lot of people do consider this to be the best Mega in the game, at least in the League format. And LittleBigness is amazing. You got that scrappy, normal fighting, unresisted stabs throughout the whole metagame, which is huge. This thing's going to be a pain to prep for. Hits so hard. Base 135 speed, base 136 attack. You're not going to want to take hits from this thing. You're not going to be able to outspeed it. Most people need to use priority for this. So, LittleBigness does get some good coverage, too. You can already see right here. Some of the standouts are Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch. Those are mainly the standouts, but, High Jump Kick, Return do so much. And then I've also got that Fake Out. Since it's a rule in the UPA, you have to Mega on the first turn. I noticed a lot of the season, for Season 4, I was actually struggling to get my Mega Gardevoir evolved. And I was struggling to get those speed boosts. And I'd actually sometimes have to EV it to where I'd be able to have the speed boost to be able to Mega Evolve. But now I don't have to worry about that because I have a Fake Out that hits everything. Gonna be priority. And I'm gonna for sure get that Mega off. Nickname is gonna be Rousey. Ronda Rousey. That's exactly what LittleBigness reminds me of. Let's put LittleBigness on the layout. I forgot to do that. But yeah. That's what that little black box is for, if you want to say. I'm so pumped to have LittleBigness this season. I had also been known to never really draft for speed too well. And LittleBigness is fast. I tried to make sure speed was in my draft, and I got some good speed. I'm going to let you know that. So next, I wanted my dream Pokemon. This is the only Pokemon that I think is... It's insane in League formats. Best Pokemon I've ever used. I used it back in the CBL Season 2. Give me that Majora, baby. I love Cresselia. I think this is the only Pokemon that I've ever redrafted in the UPA. And so this is my only returning veteran ever. And it's got good reason to be. Cresselia is insane. It can be bulky on both sides. Has coverage out the... It's insane what coverage it gets. You can hit things super effectively all across the board. But it's mainly that bulk. Because one thing that I found last season was that with the defensive mons I had, I still struggled to have a check to everything. And what does Cresselia do? It gives you a check to everything. So, there's very few things that it doesn't check. Maybe Bisharp, Hydreigon, and Weavile. That's it. Just those strong dark hitters. That's about it. And I'll be checking everything else. Maybe Gengar too, some ghost hitters. Cresselia is awesome. This thing is amazing. I'm going to be hitting you with all that stuff, whether it's support stuff with Thunder Wave, the screens, Lunar Dance, or, just calm minding up, setting up. Being that tanky nuisance and moonlighting up, Cresselia is the thing. This thing can check basically anything I want it to. I can build it to check that. So, Cresselia is my baby. This will probably come every week. I think this is an amazing Pokemon right here. So next, I saw this as a value pick, and I don't know why my cursor's on. I'm going to take that off. Sorry, just a sec. window capture. There we go. Alright, so now I can wave it around and you can't see it. But, I thought this thing was kind of insane to be a C rank, and I was like, you know what, we gotta take it. Crocodile right here. We got Crocodile. This thing is awesome. It's a Pokemon I actually haven't used all too much, but it's like a UU Landorus. It's got two good abilities with Intimidate and Moxie, so I can, you know, kind of confuse people with that. I can be defensive, I can be offensive, Banded, Scarf, you know, just leftovers, defensive, Life Orb, Dread Plate, Expert Belt, all that good stuff. Crocodile, it gets some pretty good coverage too. I can run things like, you know, I can be a phaser with Dragon Tail or Roar, Fire Fang, Stab, Knockoff, and Earthquake, Outrage if I wanted to, Power Up Punch, Super Power, Pursuit. I do have a good Pursuit Trapper with Crocodile. Stone Edge, Taunt. It's a Rock Setter, the only Rock Setter I have so far. This thing is awesome. It's going to be some good utility for me to bring. Gives me that good physical wall that I wanted. I know I have, you know, the perfect physical wall in Majora. But Crocodile can sometimes do it better, and I can let Cresselia be defensive on the special side. I'm going to love using this thing with a Scarf Moxie. That's probably my favorite set with this thing. But I just think this thing is insane as a C rank with how much it can do. And Dark types are so good offensively that I figured I had to get it. Plus, good ground types are awesome. I think it's a very good thing to have in the league format, since you do get that electric immunity. So next, I saw spinners coming off the board, and it was crazy. So I wanted to pick up what I thought was the best spinner, and a good value spinner too. So I got Blastoise, and I'm going to let you guys know right now, Blastoise was my mega pick if I was unable to get Mega Lopunny in the first round. This is what I was looking at. I was like, holy shit, this thing is good. It's got stats to where I can basically, you know, make sure I get 3-hit KO'd by most things, as long as they're neutral hits. So if I'm not taking super effective hits, and I'm only weak to water, or grass and electric, that's it. You know, I have a bit of a grass weakness right now, I'm noticing that. But, I do get that Torrent, you know, not too great of abilities, but the Rapid Spin, that's the important thing right there. I can Scald things, I can be defensive on both sides, you get some decent coverage if I want it, you know, Dark Pulse, Ice Beam, Aura Sphere, Dragon Pulse, Flash Cannon. I can Aqua Jet too, because I do have a fairly good attack compared to my special attack. This thing, I'm going to try and get creative with it. I'm not really sure how I'll be able to get creative with it, but I really wanted it to spin. I'm going to be able to bring it quite a few weeks. I do love my bulky waters. I think they're very important in the league format, and I'm going to see how I'm going to be able to bring Blastoise and make it shine. So, for the next Pokemon, I really need that Wall Breaker. I didn't see a real good Wall Breaker on my team. And I was amazed that this thing was still around in the 5th round. Some people would consider this to be a top 5 Pokemon in the leagues. It's an insane Wall Breaker. It was a Pokemon that was on my list for a first pick. Victini, baby. Let's go. By the way, Blastoise's nickname is Snappy. Turtle. Pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, one move right here. Let me just show it off. Be Create. Right here. I'm gonna be hitting things hard with this thing. 180 base power, will rise to 270 with Stab. 100% accurate with that Victory Star. Coming off that base 100 attack. But Victini, it is a Pixie. It has the base 100 stats around the board. I do get good moves. I get electric coverage. I get fairy coverage. I get Stab Psychic. I get fighting coverage. I get ice coverage if I want it. You know, let's see, what else do I get? I get U-Turn, which is good. I do get some more Switch Initiative. It's actually the only Switch Initiative I have so far. But, yeah, Victini, I can run defensive sets with this thing, too. I can do whatever I want with it. Vendetta is going to come in big. This is my top Wall Breaker. I'm going to be looking every week, what's my Victini switching? Or, no, what's their Victini switching, I mean, because they're going to be prepping for this thing first. With Victini, Mega Lopunny, and Cresselia, they're going to be prepping so hard for those threats, and it's going to be tough for them. I have so many, you know, centralizing threats that I could probably guess what they're going to bring every week. So I'm really happy to have Victini. I'm going to run some physical sets, some special sets. Try and get crazy with Victini. Sure, I love slapping things with V-Create, and I think in this league it's been underused. think Swampy's had it for 3 seasons in this league, and in all those times, I think he only brought banded Victini or a physical Victini once. I'm looking to change that. I think Victini's just, with that V-Create, there was so much potential wasted there. That's my personal opinion. No shots at Swampy. He did lead this thing to a playoff appearance, so it's not like he used this thing wrong. I just think he could have used it better, and I'm going to show that this thing will probably get around 15 kills this season. Call me crazy, but it's going to happen. If not, it's going to punch holes through every team. So next, I want some more speed on the team. Megalopony is really my only super fast Pokemon, and I saw this Pokemon chilling in the B rank. I thought that it had the speed to be able to do stuff, and it's a fast electric type, which always succeeds. What else? I never really used this Pokemon in the League format, too, so I thought it'd be good. So I decided to pick up Jolteon right here, and Jolteon's awesome. You have that base 130 speed with a base 110 special attack. Stats are awesome to be a sweeper, to be an offensive Pokemon. You know, it doesn't get the best coverage. It only gets electric coverage with things like Shadow Ball, a Hidden Power, and Signal Beam. That's not the best, but I can run a few things on this thing, a few items. I can run, if I want to run Quick Feet, I'll be running Volt Absorb most of the time because that electric immunity is nice. I have 2 electric immunities now. But Quick Feet, if I really want to outspeed Scarfers, I can run that Quick Feet to, you know, if I'm fearing a lot of potential Scarfers, I will run that with a Flame Orb. But I'm going to be running things like Specs, Life Orb, Expert Belt, potentially Assault Vest too. Those are kind of my ideas with Jolteon for now. So I'm hoping it can come in big. Jolteon's nickname is Bolt. It's named after the animated movie Bolt, the character, the dog. Some of you might get that reference, some of you might not. John Travolta was a voice in the movie, stuff like that. So I'm going to hide my screen really quick here so you can't see me when I sneak on over to my Scizors over here. We are the Scizors, by the way. We rebranded from the Northwest Nido-Kings. It's because the Cial name was taken out of this league, and I wanted it back. This is my city right here. I'm going to dominate it. So, next I wanted a bit more of a wall breaker, again. And I also wanted something that could set up, so I'm just going to show you guys right now. Get that powerful dragon. Give me Haxorus. Haxorus was a Pokemon, I guess this is technically a repeat member too, because I have drafted this Pokemon way back in Season 3. But, I actually ended up dropping it for Tyrantrum because I wanted a bit more coverage on my team. But Haxorus gets this strong mold breaker right here. Okay, I can use that nerve if I wanted to, if I don't find a real need for mold breaker, because a lot of people do like to get nifty with their berries. And if somebody's running that, what was it, Kebia berry for my poison jabs, because Haxorus gets poison jabs, I can hit those fairies. Then I can make sure they're not eating that. But, you know, I Dragon Dance up, I Swords Dance up, I run Banded, Scarfed, all that good stuff. I can taunt if I wanted to. X-Scissor, Rock Slide, Shadow Claw, Night Slash, but that Outrage and that Earthquake, that's where I'm going to be hitting hard. Facade if I fear the burn. Aqua Tails there. This thing is going to hit seriously hard. Okay, let's look at this. So, let's say I put 31 IVs here. And since I'll be able to afford to run an Adamant Nature, since most people probably won't be speed creeping a Haxorus. Wow. 432. What if I boost that thing? Whew. You're not going to be able to take those hits at all. I'm going to be a big fan of this Godzilla right here. Also, probably my favorite shiny in the game. I'm going to have to run this thing shiny. This thing is an awesome shiny. It's going to punch holes through teams. People are going to fear the setup. And I'm going to have a lot of fun with you, Haxorus. So, next I was looking to something that could lead into setups, because I had that Calm Mind Cresselia. I have that Haxorus that can Dragon Dance up. And I wanted a Fairy type. And a Grass type. And a Prankster mod. So I got Whimsicott. And Whimsicott is more speed for me to have on the team. Whimsicott is that annoying furball that nobody will want to go up against. I have the fastest taunt in the game. I have the fastest Encore in the game. I have a Prankster Tailwind, Prankster Memento, Prankster, so much good stuff. Prankster. Cotton Guard, Sunspore, Light Screen, Subseed, Switcheroo. Ooh, they're gonna have fun going up against this thing. I'm offensive. I can, Moon Blast. I can Hurricane. I can Giga Drain. I can U-Turn. I can Knock Off. They're gonna fear this thing. I can run Infiltrator if I want to get through their subs and stuff too, because there are some things I like to sub up, and I know that. If I'm fearing a subset, I'm not gonna be afraid to run that Infiltrator. Whimsicott is gonna be insane. I'm gonna be running this thing offensively. I'm gonna be running this thing for utility. This thing will basically allow my stuff to set up. It's a pace setter for my team, but can be offensive too. It's mainly there to be a pace setter, be that annoying furball. Pelopet's gonna come through. I'm happy to have this thing. So I wanted even more that could set up and put fear in the opponents. If I had that good matchup, I'm going to be bringing this thing. Something more to hit fairies. I know I can't really hit fairies at all for super effective damage unless it's a coverage move. Victini is my best answer to fairies, and sure, this thing hits on the special side, but I will have something to hit on the physical side earlier to make those fairies threatened, since they're so popular. But I got Venomoth. Venomoth is a Pokemon I've never really used, I'll be honest, but it does get Tinted Lens as an ability. So basically, when it's not very effective, I can hit for neutral damage, because it'll do double damage. Venomoth can Quiver Dance and Sleep Powder. That's basically what it does. It gets coverage moves like, Bug Buzz and Sludge Bomb. That's probably what we hit with. Does it get Hurricane? Anything like that? I could run Hidden Powers. I could run Energy Ball. I could run Psychic. I can have fun with this thing. I can Baton Pass if I want it. There is a Baton Pass clause, so I can't Baton Pass Quiver Dances. I can Defog if I need to. But I can Agility Baton Pass. I can, Roost Up. I can set up Toxic Spikes. I can do fun things with this. If I find a niche for this, I will not be afraid to use it. People might not be expecting those, niche sets that I could end up running. So, I'm really happy to have Venomoth. It's a very experimental pick. I nicknamed it Feo because it's ugly. Come on, Feo's ugly in Spanish, by the way, in case you didn't know. But hopefully, if I can Quiver Dance up with that matchup, it's going to happen. So next, I wanted a Steel type, and I hadn't had a Steel type yet. A lot of them were taken. There was a low tier one, and I noticed I was a bit lacking on the physical defense, as well. So I wanted a physical wall. I'm lacking on the special defense, but that's always going to happen on every team. Special attackers are kind of broken, I'll let you know that. I got Steelix, and Steelix has two good abilities with Sturdy and Sheer Force. Everyone knows how good Sheer Force attackers can be. And I can run that with things like Fire Fang, Iron Head, Crunch, no, not Aqua Tail, Ice Fang, Rock Slide, all that good stuff. But I also need a Rock Setter, and this is one of the most reliable Rock Setters in the game due to having that Sturdy. Plus, I can basically eat anything on the physical side. That's what I'm planning to do with this thing. Steelix is a monster. And when you get into these lower tier picks, you're looking just for something not to threaten the opponent, but to be that utility when you need it to be. And Steelix is exactly that. Super awesome shiny. Look at that gold. I'm named Rock Wrecker because I was trying to think of a nickname for this thing. And when I was looking around, I noticed that, in the Pokedex entries, this thing eats rocks. I have a Rock Wrecker on my team. Plus I'm Steel Ground, so I'm going to hit those rock types hard. You know how it's going to go. Steelix is going to be good. I'm going to be able to bring this thing a few weeks and, just put a stop to certain things. That's all I want. So next, I wanted another tanky mon. I was looking to get a Ghost type earlier, but I actually didn't end up getting that. I was planning on getting Dusknoir or Trevenant. Trevenant I didn't want because I already had a Grass type with Whimsicott. I'm fine with repeating types. As you can see, I've already done it with Crocodile and Steelix. I've already done it with Victini and Cresselia. And those are top tier picks I'm expecting to bring every week. I'm fine with that. But I got Dusclops. Reason I got Dusclops, I can be tanky on both sides. It's another Pokemon that can check basically anything. I have Pressure in case I want to PP stall things. I have Frisk in case I want to find out someone's sets on the switch in. Find out that item. Sure, I'm a bit knockoff weak with this thing, and a lot of my tankier mons are a bit susceptible to knockoff. But I've got Whimsicott, I've got Megaloponia, I've got Crocodile. I'm fine taking knockoffs. Come on now. you know, because I do have to run that Evilit. Sure, it's really passive, it can be setup fodder, but it's there to be a tank and stop things that probably don't want to set up. I can Willow things, I can Pain Split, and that can be really effective with that low HP stat. Or I can Rest for the recovery. This thing is something that could run Rest. What else can I do? This thing can do so many things. I could Skill Swap if I wanted to. That could be fun. I'm probably going to be clicking Nightshade. I could Memento if I wanted to. I'm probably not gonna. Trick, you know, stuff like that. I can counter. Can I Mirror Coat? No, I can't Mirror Coat. Shit. Anyway, though, Dustclops is a tanky beast. Named IROC, it's after the boss, you know, the two-handed boss in, what is it called? Shifting Sandland in Mario 64. This is exactly what it reminds me of. What's Dustclops shiny like? I think it's pretty good. Oh yeah, it is good. Yeah, I love that shiny. I have some good shinies in here. I've got Haxorus, I've got Steelix, I've got IROC right here, Dustclops. This thing can be a check to anything, can be a spin blocker. I'm gonna be happy with this thing. So for the last pick, I was looking for that experimental pick. I wasn't really sure what was there, but I had enough for a D rank. And I saw this thing, one of two Protean users in the game, give me Kecleon. Kecleon's that Pokemon that I can run it with that Spidef. I did have that Spidef problem. I sorted that out. I have a great Assault Vest user here. It gets great coverage. Protean. I can change my typing. I've got your Drain Punches, your Fire Punches, your Foul Plays if you really want. Body Slam, Fake Out, all that good stuff. Ice Punch, Knockoff. I can Nasty Plot up. That could be funny. Power Up Punch, Rock Slide, Shadow Claw, Shadow Sneak, Sucker Punch, Thunder Punch. Ooh, man. Another Rock Setter. Can't go wrong with the Rock Setters. I'm going to have so much fun with Kecleon. I'm going to be looking every week just to see where can this thing fit in? Where can this thing hurt fools? What's Kecleon shiny like? I actually don't know. Oh, no, that's useless. Named Randall after the Monsters Inc. villain Randall. The chameleon who can change colors. The evil guy who's fighting silly for, you know, the leader in scares. Because this thing's going to scare opponents. I'm going to scare opponents. People are afraid of my team. People have openly said on the UPA power rankings, all the coaches, I am ranked number 2 out of the teams. Some people do think I have the best team. A lot of people put me number 1. I'm going to put fear into the opponents. And, well, I can guarantee you, I'm going to win it all. This is my time. This is my season. It's going to happen. I'm going for it. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys when we get into the battles. Peace!